Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the Unicorn Painter. Today we're doing something slightly different to what I've been doing for a month and a half now with this YouTube channel. I'm gonna do a little bit of a showcase of everything that we've done so far, like the army that we've painted here and my reasoning behind it, like how I did it and what I'm taking to this new edition and the 2 games that I played with it so far. It's not too much, no, but at least I got in before the new edition. And I'm excited for some changes and a bit sad about other stuff. So, let's go. These are Matara the Elder and Ruth the Enlightened, my Canoness and Imagifier. The Canoness is the one that used to come in the original release box, mostly baseline with just a bit of extra chain added to represent a bit better and a head swap. And the Imagifier is a normal sister battle with some extra chains and a little bit of a repose. This is Sister Odan, the Canoness with jump pack. She's mostly as it comes out of the box, with just a little bit of extra stuff on the base. And I really like her because she was really simple, but I think she has a lot of interesting character. Here is Lady Ophelia, which is my Canoness superior, and she's piloting a replica of the Abbess Sanctorum battlesuit, which I think it's really cool, and she has like just a little bit of extra chain as I add on all my miniatures to add a bit more personality to it. And she is not afraid of getting her hands dirty and going to the battlefield ahead of the sisterhood and helping them at any time. This is Lyda, which holds the rank of High Sparadoi, which is at the end of the day a term for our Alpha Legion operatives, as they draw a lot of inspiration from the 20th Legion, and she has a little bit of a nudge there with the pauldron on the base, and she was really interesting to make. She was a kit push project, so I could add like more personality to a really new kid. The basic sisters are just box standard. They are the push fit ones, which had like 3 or 4 different poses, I think. So between 30 sisters of battle, there is a lot of repetition. I try to do a few things to differentiate them between the different units and try to keep the repetition to the minimum. I also modified the flamers that they had to make them look more like Melta guns, because first of all I love Melta and I think they're a bit better fit for the sisterhood than some flamers. And as you can see, they're usually very drenched in blood, at least these superiors. They're not afraid to take their chainswords out and cut some people up. The Seraphim were interesting to make, because they are sort of simple sister of battle, but they had like interesting poses, and I hated with all my soul the flying stance. So I ended up just building some cork towers and pinning them to them, so they're quite secure. And even like I had a couple of them fall off the table yesterday while I was recording this, and they're completely fine. They got no damage. And same with the other sisters, they had like the problem with having the same poses. So at least I tried to mix some with the helmet, some without, to create a slight bit of differentiation. The Retributor are one of my favorite units. It's one of the few boxes that I ended up buying in the past, and I modified also the heavy flamers to look more like multi-meltas, just stripping a few things apart. They've been repainted 3 or maybe even 4 times, so they had like a lot of build-up texture, which I think it just added a lot more interest to them, and I'm quite happy. And now I'm seeing a slight problem with the superior on them. The Repentia had 2 different poses or 3, repeated many times, so I used some of my leftover ones, even the broken ones, just to swap some parts and add more personality to all of them, so it could be more dynamic and more varied and interesting to look at. 2 different units, and I converted both of the Superiora sisters to be more interesting with head swap. I swapped the backpacks for the flaming ones, so they could be like really cool, and I tried to make them unified with the rest of the army, just even doing the eviscerators in the same color as the normal battle armor, and of course a lot of blood effects because I don't think they would be washed that often, you know. Painting the Arcoflagellants was quite cool because it allowed me to have a very different take on the army, like very different skin color, and to use some even different colors with the drugs and battle simulants that they take on the backs. And I think they really look the part and they fit really well with the army, even though they stand out quite a bit, and I love them. We go into the bigger thingies with the Penitent Engines, which have been amazing in the couple of games that I've taken them so far. I went for like a in between of the Repentias and the Arcoflagellants in the skin tones, you know, like, okay, these people are still fresh, you know, but they're not completely used up. But even so, they're not healthy at all, and they are drenched in more blood, as you can see. It was quite interesting because I painted them at the same time as the big batch that I originally did, so it was interesting to see what I could do with them. The battle suits are one of the units that have done more killing in any game. They've been amazing, and I love painting them and trying to match them with the Canona Superiora Ophelia, so they could be their bodyguard. They are modeled with the Multi-Melta, which now has gone up a little bit in price, but I think still it holds up a little bit. I went with 1 mace and 2 swords, so I had a little bit of variety on the army. Lastly, but not less importantly, the the flaming thing, you know, the battle boss in a way, with more guns than there is any reason to put in a tank, because it's not even a tank, it's a transport. So I ended up painting like a cool stained glass and added some flames everywhere, you know, and like I had a lot of fun painting this. We'll see where it goes. I don't really know. So I think this is it. I didn't have like enough space to put the whole army and take a picture for it. So you'll have to make do with all these elite and tables of the other units. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Next time we are painting Tyranids. We're gonna be trying to paint the whole combat patrol in a single week, probably a single week equal to like 24 hours of painting. You could be like, oh, you know, 24-hour challenge, you know, or something like that. But I don't like that. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.